Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to a bit of an update video, actually, guys. Just in regards to what is happening. It's quite busy with Wolves stuff and news at the moment as well. As always, I really do appreciate your support. As always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Before we kick off as well, our partners over at Football Prizes have got another Wolves themed prize this week, so be sure to get involved in that. The prize draw will end next Wednesday. Always good Wolves prizes on there every single week. So it's been quite busy. Obviously, we're ahead of Chelsea away this weekend. Injury news, unfortunately, and obviously the manager search as well. Bruno Lage, it's coming up to it's 5 days now since his dismissal, and Wolves are still obviously in the market to try and find a new head coach. There were lots of early rumours, obviously Ruben Amorim from Sporting, Pedro Martins, the former Olympiacos manager, but all roads are now sort of directing towards former Sevilla manager Julen Lopetegui, who was actually sacked as Sevilla boss on Wednesday. Of course, a lot of people are sort of dubious, which I do understand, to sort of appoint or look at appointed somebody that had just been sacked. They lost out quite heavily to Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, but there were very heavy rumours that regardless of the result, he was going to be let go. They had his replacement in Jorge Sampaoli lined up already, and obviously Lopetegui was dismissed pretty much as soon as the final whistle had gone. So this is a man that Wolves obviously wanted from day one under Fosun. They wanted him to be almost the poster boy of the takeover back in, a number of years ago. And unfortunately, he had an agreement with Wolves, but at the 12th hour, Spain national team job came up for him. And when you're choosing between your national team or the Championship side, Wolverhampton Wanderers, I think we know who he's going to pick. So it's almost like it was bound to happen. But at the moment, Lopetegui looks like he's going to become Wolves head coach. Things are changing quite quickly on that. Nothing too concrete at the moment. We may see something tonight. If not, I think very early next week. You would hope that he's going to have a good 4 or 5 days of training with the players before next weekend's game against Nottingham Forest. Now, in terms of who's going to be in charge for that game, it's going to be the under-18s manager Steve Davies, along with the under-21s manager James Collins. We spoke a little bit about them on our podcast as well. Steve Davies spoke during his obviously press conference today ahead of the game, talking about the players, talking about how they're going to make some changes to the team, which is obviously going to be intriguing to see. I think he said, he's conscious that he doesn't want to make too many changes. I think you can't just change the whole setup of things. Talking about Diego Costa, we could see him in for a start, but he knows that more players need to be getting in the box for Wolves to score more goals. So that's something they've worked on quite heavily during the week. So we'll see if it pays off, obviously, in tomorrow's game against Chelsea. But he's a Wolves fan, Steve Davies. He's supported Wolves since he was a boy, so really intrigued and looking forward to obviously seeing how he can get on. But there has been obviously some disappointing news in regards to injuries right now. Pedro Neto, who obviously came off injured against West Ham United over the weekend. It's been confirmed today that he's quite a serious ankle injury. He's going to be missing the World Cup. He's going to be out for a number of months now, and it is a real disappointment. Obviously, Pedro Neto, so heavily linked with a big move away during the summer window, hasn't quite been at the level I think a certain amount of fans would expect from him, but still to lose a player with such a serious injury like that. And for him as a player, I'm pretty sure he missed the Euros with a serious knee injury last time. He's now missing the World Cup. That's 2 major tournaments for his nation. And there was a high chance he was going to be in the Portugal squad as well. So real disappointment for Pedro Neto. Another player that was injured is Bruno Jordão, currently out on loan. I believe it's Portuguese club Santa Clara. He's picked up another injury, going to be out until the new year. He's now back in England to have treatment on that injury as well. Other players, Hwang Hee-chan, who was injured, is back in contention. So it will be interesting to see the Wolves squad on tomorrow against Chelsea. Obviously, in the match preview, stupidly, I forgot Ruben Neves was suspended. So a big thank you to those who sort of mentioned that in the comment section down below as well in that video. But yeah, there's going to be changes. I think Wolves will have to be forced to make changes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think it's almost a free hit for Wolves against Chelsea. And fingers crossed it's going to be a busy few days for Wolves. Lopetegui may be coming in as manager. Fingers crossed we're celebrating a win and some goals tomorrow as well. Before we finish off the Talking Wolves, guys, we're going to be taking part in the Wolves Foundation Molineux Sleep Out. If you guys want to donate towards our page, I'll make sure I leave a link to that in the description as well. Any donations from you guys, whether it's £1, a few quid, a £5, a £10 or whatever, it all goes a long way, so it really would mean a lot if you guys take a couple of minutes to check that out as well. But as always, guys, fingers crossed it's 3 points of Wolves tomorrow. Be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you all very, very soon.